Hey there, it's Erin with Time Saving Templates. And if you work in HR or compensation, maybe you've been tasked with reviewing cost of living data or inflation to see how that compares with your company's salary ranges or managing relocations or even adjusting budgets for a merit increase program. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to download some free inflation data from IMF, which is International Monetary Fund, in their World Economic Outlook data. So I'm going to show you in the next few videos one metric per video. I'll show you how to download the information and what you could possibly use it for. So let's get started. You can go to imf.org or just Google IMF, World Economic Outlook, and you'll find it. Now, this can be very overwhelming because there's so much data here that you can get for almost every country. Today, I'm going to be looking at inflation, or CPI, Consumer Price Index. Once you get to the website, you're going to want to go to the Data tab, and IMF Data Portal right here. There's a lot of other things you could click on and get lost in, I'm sure. So we're going to go to IMF Data Portal. World Economic Outlook is what we are looking for here. Here's our World Economic Outlook, published April 2025. It's currently May, so this is the latest report. Now, they typically publish twice a year, usually in October and April or around that time. So we're getting the latest report. So there's like a summary. Now you can download full report PDF, executive summary. We're going to click on database, and then you can filter by country here. So when I click on by country, I can still go with all countries. And then from here, I can select all, clear all, just check the ones I want. I'm going to leave everything checked and click to continue. And then now you can select current metrics, gross domestic product, current prices constant. For what we are looking at, inflation is under monetary, and I want inflation, average, consumer prices, percentage change. I'm just going to select that one thing so we can do one at a time and really understand what we're looking at. And do continue. And then select a date range. So you will see, as crazy as it is, this goes back to 1980. In HR compensation, there's really not a reason that we need to go back that far. Maybe you could go back a few years. I don't want to go too far ahead either because everything is just an estimate. Do we really know that far in advance? Maybe just a year or two to see what the predictions are for the next year. Definitely something you could use in HR if you are planning budgets for the next year or something like that. You could add in notes, the country code, how it's sorted, and really that's all we need. I'm going to click prepare report. It is ready here, and then I'm going to click download. Open that up. It is in CSV, so it's going to ask. Open it anyway. And then this is how it looks when we first download it. I'm going to adjust these columns a bit. You can do your own formatting here. So we're currently here in 2025, but if you notice, I'm going to add a filter to the top. It tells us that when does the estimate start and when is it based on historical data. So some may not have been updated for a while. It looks like most estimates start after 2024. I'm going to do those one color, and then the 2025 data is an estimate because we're just a few months into 2025. And so anything they publish in April of 2025 is only up to a certain date from 2024. And that's what most of them fall into. So this is a lot of information. What I would do is filter it here in the Excel file. Let's break it down into just a few countries. And from here, we can see more of a comparison of one country year over year to see versus comparing in between countries at this point. So maybe you've been tasked with refreshing your salary ranges to keep up with inflation or to keep up with cost of living. This template is already set up with formulas so that all you have to do is come in and enter a percentage that you determine, and it automatically adjusts your ranges and even has the option to do different rounding options for final ranges along with a nice little chart. So that is part of the tackle turnover toolkit. One way you may use inflation rates. The other thing, if you are working with merit increase budgets and trying to calculate or estimate, this merit worksheet with different combination analysis has it set up where you enter the budget percentage here at the top. It's taking that total off a payroll. And then maybe you also have a component that looks like a matrix that looks at the employee's performance rating, where they sit within the market. And so this allows you to play with the different numbers and see if it comes to equal out to the overall budget. But anyway, that's just a couple of scenarios that you may use the IMF inflation data for if you are working in HR compensation. I hope that helps in your different analysis that you may be doing. It's an extra data point that is completely free. Don't forget that we also have some free resources here at timesavingtemplates.com/free resources. And you can grab a free compensation metrics cheat sheet and see some of our other video series that can help you out with your spreadsheet. There's also international relocations, but there's another metric I'm going to cover next, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be another download from IMF. And then domestic relocations, I put this down, but really the IMF data is just one rate per country. So if you're relocating within the same country, you're probably going to need to find other survey data to help with that. So yeah, I'll link to these two templates I showed, and the salary range reset is part of a bonus when you get the tackle turnover toolkit. And that toolkit includes a cost to hire calculator, a resignation proof roadmap, and as well as the employee turnover template, which can save a ton of time on getting all these numbers calculated for you. And then we also have the merit increase template that I will link to as well if you're looking at modeling different budgets or doing a merit matrix and you want to compare that to the inflation rate. That is a good way to go too. And until next time, don't forget, I am here to help you streamline and save time when it comes to using your Excel spreadsheets.